of our standing rules, section 1. Business continued from session to session. Rule 5, section 1 states in a quote, at the end, at the session or any subsequent session of the legislature, the legislative business of the Senate, which remained undetermined at the close of the session of the legislature, shall be resumed in the next session and proceeded with in the same manner as if no adjournment of the Senate had taken place. And all papers referred to committees and not reported upon at the close of a session of the legislature during an election year shall return to the office of the Secretary of the Senate and be retained by him or her until the next succeeding session of the legislature, when they shall be returned to the committees to which they have previously been referred. I'm invoking this rule so that I can make the case for the return of my bill in keeping with Article 36 of the Constitution to set our salaries, so that the Secretary can be authorized to return those bills to the appropriate committee, Ways and Means, and Judiciary, so that we can set our salary in keeping with law, as my bill proposes 5,000 and thereabout. No problem. No problem. I said 5,000, you want me 15,000, make it law. The thing simple. Let's make it law. Let's set our salary, keep it with law. I want to go to the teacher and say, I said 5,000, you want 20,000, propose 20,000. The law said we'll do that. What is that? How much you making? Speak to your board. They're coming back on the agenda. They see what they want to dig it in there. They think what we No problem. No problem. I said 5,000, we want 15,000. Let me say the Lord and the Constitution. Now what the Constitution say? Speak to your board.
So the government of North is that rule 5 of the Senate rule?
Yes.
Okay. Let me hear you, Senator. I don't know why you want to say it.
Issue. Yeah, go ahead. So ROA got me. Yeah, got you. How do I mean you are protect that? Yeah, okay. And that's the reason why I have to speak. In reference to the rules invoked by Senator Dillon, while we don't have much time to ascertain the veracity and the authenticity of that rule and the date and time that bill was filed, I will bring to plenary attention that the Committee on Judiciary review firstly the application of Rule 5 to Senator Dillon's bill that he's talking about. Other than that, plenary cannot just accept the Secretary to put it back on the floor. We need to ascertain if it falls within the realms of Rule 5 and the timing of the filing of that bill. And if, you know, there are some impatience, I think some voluntary letters can be written for certain people to be on whatever salary they want in the meantime.
Let me hear you, Senator. But thank you, Mr. President of the Senate, distinguished colleagues. This matter is a straightforward matter. The rules 5A, Rule 5A is clear. It's not only Senator Dillon bills, but all bills that even sent back to 20 years that are still in the committee room can be brought to the Senate, it can be brought to the legislature. So we don't need to ascertain or send it to a specialized committee to say whether the rule will hold or not. We voted on these rules already, so they are part of our rules. We voted on it already, it's not an issue anymore. But when you say population the rules were agreed by each and every one of us sitting. Mr. President, the Senate, I think that's the issue, that each senator should receive a copy of this bill. Whether we agree with it or disagree with it, the time will come for us to discuss that.
I hear from the chair on.
Yes, so, Mr. President of the Senate, the rule referenced by Senator Dillon is our rule. It has been our rule, it's still our rule, and it's not in dispute. It's unambiguous, it's clear, and all we need to do is, all we are doing now is to give a confirmation that indeed, yes, since he made reference to the committee, that we should confirm whether this rule is actually our rule and what he said complies with the provision of the rule. Yes, that's the rule, and
Thank you.
so shall it be. Thank you.
No.
No, we didn't.
Let's
We didn't amend it.
Now you gotta put that, please.
I already declared that. I don't want us to personalize.
Right.
But if the rules say so, then all bills that we deem necessary can come right back on the agenda.
Simple.
So when it comes to the agenda, plenary can decide what they want to do with it.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's what the rule says, and everyone will be willing to do that to every bill that is deemed necessary to come on the agenda.
We agree that there will be points here. It doesn't mean that we can take things as a face value. As a question, it's not in particular to the bill, but I mean, if for clarity that we need as new senator, to our leaders, our chairman on judiciary, we need to understand that if that's the case, if we can move one bill or legislation from one legislature to the other, say from the 54th to the 55th, in the same house that are not passed for another house, then when does a bill become moot legislatively?
Once in the committee room, it never becomes moot.
That's what I want for the legislative code.
So what we do, we know that, right? Thank you. Is that all right now?
AOB. AOB.
Is that all right now?
AOB.
Financial complaint on the Ministry of Finance.
Who?
AOB complaint on the Ministry of